That way, if you are stuck and the weather is not the best and it's cold weather and drivers can't really get to you to rescue you, it's good to just stay as warm as possible in case it might take a little longer to rescue you. For now, keeping you connected live in Ashwaubenon, I'm Ryan Curry for NBC 26.
I'm coming to you, okay? Hold on. I'm coming, hold on.
Winnebago County Sheriff's Office showing us what it was like from their point of view with new body cam video of Sunday's massive 131 vehicle pileup on I-41. Tonight, they're piecing together camera footage, phone calls, and photos of that crash that killed 30-year-old Andrew Schfelker and injured 71 others. New tonight, a pedestrian is killed after being hit by a city snowplow in Oconto this afternoon. The city administrator tells us the accident happened just after 2:30. A Public Works employee was driving east on Pecor Street just behind City Hall. That's when the driver allegedly hit and killed the pedestrian who was walking down the street. Due to the investigation, the names of the person killed and the driver of that city truck are not being released.
10 people without a home tonight and a firefighter taken to a hospital for evaluation after a house fire in Neenah. It happened about 3:30 this afternoon on the 1000 block of Shannon Street. Authorities say 2 adults and 8 children are out of their home. 2 pet dogs died in the fire. The Red Cross is helping the family. Officials do believe the house is a total loss. A boil water order in place tonight for the village of Bonduel, and school canceled tomorrow for students in the Bonduel School District. Officials say it's all because of a water main break. The village says crews are working right now to fix that break.
Now on to Project Drive Sober. The legalization of marijuana in Michigan is creating a safety issue on our side of the state line.
NBC 26's Eric Kress showing us how authorities along the Wisconsin-Michigan border are trying to keep drugged drivers off the roads.
In the upstairs apartment above this tattoo parlor in Menominee, Michigan, members of a social club known as the Hush Lounge gather and smoke marijuana without the concern of being arrested.
At least now you have the freedom to possess and consume some marijuana without fear of being locked in a cage.
Jessica Struzik moved to Michigan in 2014, and she's legally held a medical marijuana card since that time. And now that recreational marijuana use is legal, she's optimistic about what that could mean for Menominee, which borders Wisconsin.
If we had more tourism and more people coming through, we could really thrive. Our hotels, our beaches, our restaurants, everybody could benefit.
But on Wisconsin's side of the border in Marinette, the optimism about what marijuana can do for one community has law enforcement preparing for what it could mean for theirs.
With them having a recreational marijuana law, we understand that people are driving under the influence in that because there's a higher use.
We're going to see more and more of it. And unfortunately, this isn't going to go away.
Volunteers from Menominee who consume marijuana within the hour were brought into this classroom by police so that these officers could see firsthand how pot affects a person.
I am 3 edibles and about a blunt and a half deep. And I started smoking at 9 o'clock this morning.
Some of them may not have experienced a drug-impaired driver yet, possibly, or they don't know that they have.
Through a series of tests, these drug recognition experts are showing their peers the signs of a potentially high driver.
It relaxes you and your brain tells you that you're driving better. In reality, you're a danger to the other people on the roadway.
One study out of the University of Michigan discovered just how prevalent driving under the influence of pot might be. After surveying nearly 800 medical marijuana users, they found that 56% of them drove within 2 hours of getting high. They also found nearly half of those surveyed admitted to being a little high behind the wheel, and another 21% said they had driven very high.
So did I pass or fail?
We'll keep going. And those numbers, well, it seems to be the reason why law enforcement in Wisconsin is getting additional training along the border of Michigan and statewide.
I mean, let's face it, the motoring public is our family, our children, and we don't want impaired drivers out there endangering everybody around them.
It's a very bad idea to use cannabis and get in your car and go driving around all over the place.
And while many in Michigan support the change to make marijuana legal, they also hope that future tourists and recreational users alike understand the implications of getting behind the wheel. Hi. So how is that training different than identifying a drunk driver? Well, law enforcement says they're going so far as to check potentially impaired drivers' blood pressure to see if it's sped up or not. They're also looking at their eyes for redness, and they're also becoming more aware of a driver's attitude or lack thereof. Now, police say if any of those signs are present, they will likely conduct further testing to see if the driver is impaired or not. Keeping you connected, I'm Eric Crest with NBC 26.
Project Drive Sober is our ongoing mission to try to reduce drunk or drugged driving here in Wisconsin. We'd always like to hear from you when it comes to Project Drive Sober. You can call us, you can email us, and you can watch all the other stories in this series in a special section on our website, nbc26.com/drivesober.
A weather alert tonight. Your Storm Shield forecast is coming up next.
And all that snow has to come from somewhere. It's falling tonight, and in tonight's small towns, a place where Mother Nature is finally giving people a lot of good reasons to stay outside.
And now, your Storm Shield forecast with NBC 26 Chief Meteorologist Cameron Moreland.
With highs only in the upper single digits to lower teens earlier today, temperatures were running about 20 degrees below normal for this time of year, although it is going to warm up a little bit as we head through the rest of the weekend into the first part of the weekend. Overall, temperatures are going to remain below normal to way below normal as we head into Sunday and Monday. Right now, we are looking at temps that are still in the single digits to around 10 degrees, and that does include downtown Appleton, where it's 9 degrees. You can see College Avenue is snow-covered and slippery. In Green Bay, the visibility is starting to go back down now as the snow intensity picks up. The temperature is 10 with northeast winds at around 10 to 15 miles per hour. After a burst of snow during the late afternoon and early evening, we saw a lull in the activity for a couple of hours, but now the snow is filling back in. In fact, we've got some heavier lake effect snow showers now pushing west here across parts of Manitowoc County, down into Sheboygan County, where we just had a report of 4 inches in Oostburg. So when you get some of these heavier lake effect snow showers, the totals can go up pretty dramatically. Now, as we look off to the north and west, you can see the snow extends all the way back to North Dakota. So it is going to be a snowy night across northeast Wisconsin. Now, the storm that's producing tonight's snow is much, much, much weaker than the system we had over the weekend, but many of us will end up seeing more snow tonight than we saw over the weekend. And we do have a winter weather advisory in place across all of northeast Wisconsin up into the UP. It's going to be mainly light to moderate snow throughout the night, but a few bursts of heavier snow are possible, especially near the shoreline of Lake Michigan. The snow will slowly but surely add up over time, 1/4 to 1/2 inch per hour as we head throughout the night into tomorrow morning. It means most of us end up with about 4 to 7 inches. Probably most of the area closer to 4 inches than 7 inches based on the latest radar trends, but some heavier totals are certainly likely near the shoreline of Lake Michigan, where it's not out of the question that some spots could see in excess of 7 inches of snow. So far this February, the 4th snowiest on record, but we're getting awfully close to number 3. Once we move past that later on tonight, this will be the snowiest February in 129 years. Skycast shows quiet weather on Thursday, but guess what? More snow moves in for Friday and Saturday. This would be mainly Friday night into Saturday morning. It looks like several inches of snow is possible across the area, and then behind that, another shot of frigid air comes in for early next week. So yeah, March is coming in like a lion, perhaps a pack of lions. Tonight, periods of snow. Temperatures holding steady. Tomorrow, snow tapering to flurries. Highs will be in the 20s. My 3-degree guarantee for tomorrow is 24. If I can hit that high within 3 degrees, we will donate $100 to the Heart of the Valley Food Pantry, and we did that today. I forecast 12, and the actual high was 13 degrees. So quiet weather on Thursday. More snow, especially Friday evening into Saturday morning. Temperatures will remain below normal in the lower to mid-20s, and then behind that system on Saturday, colder air starts to move in weekend. It'll be here on Sunday and Monday. Look at that. Highs only around 5 degrees. That is 25 to 30 degrees below normal for this time of year. Roar, right?
The pack of lions. I just want to put it in perspective again. The snowiest February we're on track for in 100, almost 30 years.
Almost 130 years since the 1880s, 1890s, yes.
So what do you do with all that snow? You go snowmobiling.
We'll take you snowmobiling next.
Well, it's another Small Towns Tuesday night, and as the snow falls outside, let's hit the trails.
Tonight, NBC 26's Eric Kress takes us on a snowmobile trip in the town of Clayton.
The last time we had a winter like this is almost a distant memory, especially for those who have been waiting to finally take their snowmobiles out again.
5 or 6 years that we've had good trails around here. Other years and years past, we've only been open for a couple days here and there.
But this winter, Mother Nature has delivered, and she has given members of the Drifters Snowmobile Club in Winnebago County a reason to stay outside.
There's a lot of people out riding. We're grooming almost daily now.
The club's groomers have been pulling all too frequent 12-hour shifts this season.
A lot of work to be done. A lot of people got their hands in it.
It's bumpy and it's not fast.
And club members are constantly trying to get their 28 miles worth of public trails ready to get torn up again.
It's nice to finally get to enjoy the work and the effort that all of our club members have done.
But these trails, like countless trails across the state, are only open because landowners allow the club's paths to run through their property.
We're in a field of ours just off of Highway 76 that the snowmobile trail goes through.
Joe Ide, a farmer and club member, says that without landowners stepping up, his team of volunteer groomers, well, they wouldn't know what to do with all of this ever-dropping snow.
I believe there's 12 of them that donate their land for use for the Drifters Club to go through. We've developed a lot of relationships throughout the years.
And while there's no telling just how long this snow will last or when the next significant snowfall will come,
we get a good 4 or 5 inches of snow, we'll be out grooming.
One thing is for certain for the Drifters Snowmobile Club.
Any day snowmobiling's a good day.
They're going to take this weather in stride, and for all that it's worth, while the taking's good.
It's my therapy. I just get away and don't think about anything else.
In the town of Clayton, covering small towns for NBC 26, I'm Eric Kress.